they can leave behind other humans via reproduction, or you can leave behind like
the ideas and
like a cultural symbol. So
and not many people know that that's the true definition of meme.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He's really pissed off that it means like internet like
no, like people don't know what a meme is, and when you look up the definition of meme,
it's so different.
And you then look at what a meme is, like the way we have sort of kind of designed it now. It's kind of scary to think like, oh my god, like this is our ideas, our thoughts, and a meme. By definition, if I'm and correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember reading about it a lot, it's sort of kind of the ideology that a large group of people have.
Yeah, it's like any one particular like word or even fashion arches can become a meme.
Yep.
It's something that stands in place of a real thing. It's sort of like a signification. So, and then you like also you incorporated the fashion into it, which really got me into this. Like, there's always this idea like, oh, like it's got to be a designer handbag, and I just thought it was really a clever way to interpret it in this, and it also adds to the like idea of the archetypal being, as we're putting it.
That's right. So. I appreciate it. I mean, you did your work here, man. You're making me seem a lot cooler than I actually am. I do know that, definitely.
No, you speak for yourself on how cool you are.
Thank you. I appreciate
All
that.
the mimetics are there.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for tuning in so far.
Thank you, guys.
This has been really amazing, and I'm really happy that you're tuning in, and that, I'm just happy you're here, guys. So let's move from B to C and go with the C poem. It seems my first impression of this was it was more about like colonialism, or specifically look through what's the it's about a Haitian friend or Haitian girlfriend.
Yes. So the C poem, which is kind of cool now that I think about it, because when I first wrote the piece, it was supposed to be a love piece. And when I first wrote it, I then felt like it needed to be much longer. And when I decided to create the second half to it, it sort of kind of became a piece about colonialism. But I think that I should have said this earlier. One of the best ways to describe me as an artist, I feel like each artist should have two pillars in which they stand by.
Right.
So each time that you put pen to paper as an artist, you are trying to invoke these two pillars. And
what for you, it's Bach and legend, right?
And mine too are hope, to give the reader hope, either if it's hope from me, like, hey, this kid is from the south side of Chicago, went to Morgan Park High School, went to Manhattanville, whatever. Even if you get hope from my biography that you can be something, that's fine. Or even hope from the literature that you read something, you're like, hey, we can change this. My second is finding value in being Black American. Not necessarily African American, but finding value in being Black American, finding value in our American roots and how we have strongly contributed to the building up of this country. Absolutely. Those are the two things that I want to do. And so what the C poem in the second half sort of kind of does is explore my love for a girl because of her possession of a heritage. And we as Black Americans, of course, unfortunately, were brought here on boats, slave ships, and did not get the chance of having our history come with us.
Right.
We're sort of kind of learning it on the fly and creating it on the fly here in America. Whereas, this Haitian girl that I speak of in the poem has a very rich history.
Exactly.
And so
she's like voluntarily immigrated, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I find myself, some people may think I'm falling in love with her, but in actuality, what I'm falling in love with is her heritage and the possession of a heritage and her having one. And the entire poem is laced in words that start with C's. And the most powerful word is colonialism. And not in this version, but in the version that you will have, colonialism will be the only word in the entire poem that starts with a C that will be capitalized.
Wow.
Because that's what the deeper meanings will be about. And I mean, it's just a really, really cool poem that I absolutely love a lot, and sort of kind of came to me on the fly. And I'm assuming you're going to want me to read it.
Yes, I'd love to see it. And now that I'm seeing that I'm just reskimming it to get an idea of how many C's there actually are in it. And colonialism really is one of the only ones. I see only like 5 or 6 other words that start with C. So here we have a work in progress.
To the package of Haitian seasoning that I found crushed in the back of my kitchen cabinet this winter, I must warn you, this is no place for the treasure of Antilles. In fact, I'm not quite sure how I got here. I will conclude that the contents of my cupboard heard herds of Frenchmen call you la Pelée and attempted to play clan, or caucus of goods raped of nutrition and canned, concentrated on adding another country of the Caribbean to that continuum. I observe you as to never have been opened, though in truth you've been used once, discarded for bad taste. Customer captured you in his clutch, barely reading the contents, just wanting to fulfill the lust of empty shopping carts. And as for myself, well, I have ceased circulating the aisles for condiments what seems like centuries ago, but here I am, a pot of boiling water and a bowl of cereal short of anybody's cook, reading your fine print, recipeing the conditions that you work best in, wondering why I want to taste you so bad. But who gave you such spice? Taught you to color tongues with Creole-shaped Crayolas. You cackled as your lava liquid stained parsley like blood from a massacre, and I just asked for your patience. Before today, I had always conceded to the heat of the kitchen, cultivating my domesticity elsewhere, like the bedroom, only using my hands in ways that create calluses or callousness towards cardiac concepts. I'm a stickler for commitment, but I'm a glutton for heartbreak. I'm extremely impulsive. My feet freeze at weddings. My knees buckle at the sight of brooms. I barely hitch when hiking. The only vowels I know are from the alphabet. My breath smells in the morning. My feet smell bad every time else. My left ear is pointier than the right one. I tell you I don't think I'm getting any taller, and you kiss me and tell me it's okay, and that the cost of colonialism may mean I will never know the taste of my own heritage, but we can share yours, strengthen a union, and have a slice of America's pie together.
Excellent. Yes. Oh my god. And then one of the first lines that really caught me in this one, I've ceased circulating aisles for condiments, which seemed like centuries ago. I really love the usage of the word aisles here because it can be a vague word. You can mean like aisles in a supermarket, or you can mean aisles in like the Antilles. And that was just such a fantastic relationship in consumerism and colonial culture today, because you really took it from like the general picture down to just like one row in the supermarket for just condiments. I thought that was fantastic.
When I was doing the research for the C poem, and then a lot of the poem has very historical moments inside of the piece.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was doing the history for the C poem, and you often hear this about Haiti, people who are very critical of Haiti, they always talk about the country's lack of resources. And I always say, well, it's been colonialized. Hello. Like, of course it doesn't. And so when I would search it and I would look at what was the major products that Haiti contributed to the world, it was actually manufacturing. I'm like, well, that doesn't really help much. You know, I can't really write a piece about that. Right. And so it began to make me think about what I had in my home. And it was Haitian seasoning in the taste. And just think about what Haiti literally brings to the table. And so I wanted to discuss it via that. This small image is a sign of colonialism. You know, this very small. The fact that we even have the seasoning here in America,